With consistency and the ability to read the game, the Honorable RagnaroK stole the show in Group D of the 2022 GSL Season 3 group stage, rising as one of the strongest Zerg players in the South Korean competition. After a glorious 2-0 win against Terranstar Ryung, RagnaroK prevailed in a tiebreaker match against Season 1 finalist Creator, where he masterfully surrounded his opponent for a speedy 7.5-minute victory. Excelling at early game defense, RagnaroK put a halt to his opponent's ground and aerial advancements with the versatile Queen, a paramount unit in the Zerg swarm. This 150 mineral unit was able to be spawned in high numbers after the completion of a spawning pool, and offered a solution to early air or ground rushes from the opposing player with its ranged attacks. Providing map visibility and passive bonuses to his army, creep tumors spread living ground across the map. RagnaroK could see attacks coming when his opponent stepped foot onto the hard-to-miss moving ground coverage. When going toe-to-toe with enemy forces, Transfusion was the star ability in all stages of a match. RagnaroK could target any unit from his swarm and restore 75 health, plus an additional 50 over time. This costs energy, so it was important to make sure the Queens had a sufficient amount before diving headfirst into battle. Fast and extremely dangerous, a Zerg Master is nothing without a swarm of Zerglings by their side. This speedy ground unit had the ability to cause trouble in the early game, while also inflicting massive damage in large numbers during the late game. Available after the completion of a spawning pool, these melee combat units hatched from the egg in pairs of 2, ready to roam the map in search of intel.
No clear target. No, that would be so stupid.
What makes Zerglings so powerful is their speed, both physically and in production. They cost only 50 minerals to produce, and with a spawning timer of just 17 seconds, RagnaroK was able to send a horde of these at his opponent in continuous waves. With the metabolic boost upgrade, Zerglings charged across the map with 60% increased speed. This upgrade was instantly mutated when it became available to RagnaroK. When it came time to cause even more damage, the evolution of the Zergling, the Baneling, caused even bigger problems for Creator and Ryung. By sacrificing themselves, Banelings would explode and cause oozy green acid to splash out and hit ground units and structures once they snuck behind enemy lines. With the centrifugal hooks upgrade, Banelings gave up their legs and rolled across the battlefield with increased speed. Their health was also increased slightly, allowing them to take a little more damage on their way to their targets. The perfect mixture between sustainability and brutal ranged attack, RagnaroK descended upon his opponent's bases with the formidable Roach, a speedy ground unit that excels in biological combat. Like many units in the swarm, Roaches became deadlier in larger numbers. With their hard carapace and passive health regeneration, Roaches can survive a lot longer than other units from their tier. RagnaroK switched them in and out of battle when their health dropped to prevent unwanted unit loss. With the Glial Reconstitution upgrade, they charged at high speeds across the battlefield. This made the Roach an ideal unit for switching between RagnaroK's mineral lines for defense or crossing even the largest maps to attack. Their acidic medium-ranged attacks are a Roach's core strength. RagnaroK could immediately turn his attention and focus down important enemy units like siege tanks or immortals in a pinch. Harnessing the power of their evolution, the highly feared Ravager became the most powerful artillery creature in RagnaroK's swarm. The Ravager has higher attack speed, longer range, and can move faster than its pre-evolution. This came at the cost of its armor, so RagnaroK had to protect them in the back line to avoid unwanted damage. The sole purpose of a Ravager is to dish out a substantial amount of damage from the furthest distance possible. corrosive bile fired off large balls of flaming acid at the location of RagnaroK's choosing. On impact, they dealt a devastating amount of damage to all units in the targeted area and destroyed any force fields deployed in the zone. These units of the Swarm helped RagnaroK achieve GSL group stage success and can help you climb the ranks in your next game of StarCraft 2.
Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button to keep up to date with the amazing esport content from around the gaming globe. Only on Unbeaten Esports.